Good evening, y'all. So I wanted to hop on live today because I made a video a couple of days ago and it's having a nice little run, and people have been asking questions on the video about the books that I had in the video, and so I wanted to show y'all the books, one, and two, I'm gonna make a TikTok video showing the books, but I said the fastest, easiest way to get people answers would be to go on live. And so I'm having a struggle right now trying to get my key lime pie out the container. So yeah, books are kind of my thing. And I do want to do more chats about like books and tea and crystals. Those are a few of my favorite things. And so yeah, I'm going to be showing you all some of those books that were on my desk during the video. So if you happen to be one of the ones who asked that question, that's what we're here for. And also someone else asked a question about like, what are some rituals that you all can start doing now that we are approaching spring. As I said in the last video I did, it's Pisces season, so water rituals definitely, and I'll go over one specifically that you can do as soon as tonight. It's really simple, really easy. Okay, so first I'll go over the books that were from the video, some of which I've read all the way through, some I've just like thumbed through. Like this is a new-ish purchase for me. This one is Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. I haven't had a chance to read this one yet, but I do have another Eckhart Tolle book that I've definitely read a few times, which is The Power of Now. Both of these were from the video. So The Power of Now, if this book is anything like this one, The Power of Now was it was a lot to take in and a lot to process. And it was not something that I felt like I could just breeze through and read real quick. And so if A New Earth is anything like this one, I would say give yourself some time. They were tough to listen to. Yeah, I listen to him sometimes on YouTube. But I mean, I loved the book, but it was just very, I was not going to use that word, Zachy Robinson, but, I just found it like very heavy. It was a lot to process in this book. And so I'm wondering like how this one is going to be. I got a lot of value out of it, like no lie. It's just that, yeah, he has a very specific style. I feel like his writing is very much the way that he speaks and he talks. It's very slow and deliberate. And so I can see why, like, the books felt like, or this book felt so heavy, okay? This is another book that I haven't had a chance to read yet. I'm going to go through the ones I haven't read yet, except I did read The Power of Now. But The Art of War, Sun Tzu's The Art of War for Women. And you know, I had heard of The Art of War for, I guess maybe the other one was more for guys, I don't know, but this one is written specifically for women, okay? And it seems like it's based on the previous Art of War book. It's written by not Sun Tzu, obviously, but it says Strategies for Winning Without Conflict, okay? You get more from Umar Johnson on The Breakfast Club. That's funny. Yeah, I don't really listen to The Breakfast Club that often, but one of my teachers, Queen Afua, was on there for the second time, and so I need to catch up with what she's talking about on there, because I did go through Queen Afua's Sacred Woman program, and she is always, you know, coming with some knowledge. I love sitting at the feet of my elders and just listening to them and learning from them. Yeah, reading. Yeah, you know what? I listen to a lot of audiobooks as well, so that helps me like get through stuff. So one of the audiobooks that I'm reading is not any of these that are on the table right now, but I'm actually reading Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. Super interesting in terms of like, I'm a marketing person. It's just a really different way to like look at marketing. Queen Afua, Afua. And her book, where is that at? I have it. Make sure it's not in this stack. It's called Sacred Woman. And this is a beautiful book. I went through the program. It was 12 weeks long, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, 12 weeks is not enough time to go through this book. Sacred Woman, you really could take a month on each chapter, legit. Like, I felt like 1 week and I was rushing through because there's so much to take in. It's so much to process. Like, a lot of the stuff that's in here is great, I think, for both beginners and people who are advanced on their spiritual journey, because she tells you for each gateway like how to set up a specific altar and like specific herbs and things like that that you can work with for each of the gateways. Okay, so thank you for these gifts. Thank you so much too for the follows and sending this live to anybody who you feel like will need it and would enjoy it. So Sacred Woman, yeah, this is like the self-care, self-love, self-development Bible, I feel like, for women. It's most excellent. Yes, bow down to the queen. Okay, so Sun Tzu, I showed y'all the Art of War for Women. That was one of the books that was on the table in the video that people were asking about. Also, Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking. Now, this book I did read. There's tabs here. I read this a while back when Hey Panther is my nickname. I read this a while back when I first discovered that like introversion was a thing, and I was really trying to understand it more because I myself identify with introversion, and this was, you know, at the beginning, I feel like, of that journey. And so I was just really seeking to like understand more about like, you know, how can I move as an introvert in a world that seems so contrary to my internal makeup. Okay, so yeah, this is really good. It's heavily researched. It was a New York Times bestseller, so that's another one of the books that was on there. The best interview you ever heard was Stuart Diamond, Getting More of What You Want. Oh, interesting. Getting what you want in terms of, he's a leading negotiator and he teaches how to negotiate everything in life. There's somebody else too that's in that space who I really love, and I have one of his books. Hold on, let's see. Where is that at? This guy here was a former FBI, no, maybe he was not in the feds, or maybe he just worked for them, but Chris Voss. Yeah, Chris Voss, this is my guy right here. He's also an expert negotiator. This is a book by him called Never Split the Difference, Negotiating as If Your Life Depended on It. Yeah. So I'm going to write down the guy that you said. Can you write his name again? You said it's Stuart what? Put it in the chat for me one more time, please, so I can check out this other dude. You were saying Stuart somebody. Oh, okay, it says he's a former FBI hostage negotiator, and these are his field-tested tools for talking anyone into or out of just about anything. And there's also a woman, Stuart Diamond, thank you for that I've seen on YouTube in a couple of interviews, who is really good and compelling too. I'll see if I can pull her name up. Woman negotiator, YouTube. I've seen a few of her interviews as well. Let's see if it pulls her up. She's a real pretty woman too, blonde hair, and she's kind of young also, I want to say. feel like she was not in the FBI. I think she was like maybe she was in the Secret Service. Negotiator. And what was her thing? Okay, here she go. Her name, yeah, she was a Secret Service agent. And her thing is like how to detect deception. Her name is Evie. I'm gonna slay that, like this last name. I'm gonna butcher it. So I'll just spell it. Poumpouras. She was on Lewis Howes show and a few other. I've seen her on a few other podcasts, but yeah, she's dope as well. Peter Wybrow, American Mania, Why More Is Never Enough. Yep, that's the right spelling, Zaki. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that was not unexpected, but this is why I love getting on live, because I learned like so much from y'all, and I like sharing the stuff that I have as well. So the other book that was on, I think the question was more, I guess, because these were like spiritual books, the ones that were in the video specifically. Yeah, Evie is spelled E-V-Y, no E, just E-V-Y. And the video, it was just like a fun joke about like spirituality and like how all the spiritual newbies are basically outside kicking it right now, and I'm in the house with my books because I'm still like in progress. It's not time to pop out just yet, right? So the best speech I've heard on YouTube, I don't know. That's a hard question, because YouTube has been mostly my source of entertainment for quite some time, so I couldn't even narrow it down to like one. I'm being very honest. So the next book of the spiritual books is Vibrate Higher, Live Your Life by Layla Delia. Gorgeous. Fun fact, she was married to Queen Afua's son, Supernova Sloan. They were married, they got divorced, and now they're back together again. This recently happened. I want to say like during COVID time. I love them together, and I actually knew of her first before I even knew of Queen Afua. And from following her, I learned of her, at the time, her husband's work, because he was very into like men's health, obviously, when you're the son of Queen Afua. And he's ex-military, and so through him, Supernova Sloan, is how I found Queen Afua. And so they talk very openly about their off and on again situation. It was definitely off, like, period. And then they reconcile, and basically they were like, you know, we both had like some growing to do, and out of that whole process, that divorce and everything, this is one of the things that she birthed, like a whole community she's built. And yeah, so now they're back together. It's so beautiful seeing them together again, because that's how I remember them, like when I first started following her specifically. So Vibrate Higher. This is a very accessible book, I feel like, just on like guidance, especially for like new perhaps to spirituality. I feel like this is a really good place to start right here. 5 years. You were what? Through Philly? Yeah, Philly, the block hot in Philly, huh? Okay, so Untethered Soul. This is another book I haven't read yet. I have read Vibrate Higher though. I haven't read Untethered Soul, but it's supposedly like a must have for your collection. So this is on the list of books to read, as is Frequency, The Power of Personal Vibration. This book is by Penny Pierce as well. Now here are some that I stay in. These are more like reference books. Astrology, a workbook for yourself, a workbook for personal transformation. If you are looking for off. Y'all still there? Off. Y'all still there? Okay, good. You know what? I actually have a neon light. It's over there because I was having trouble mounting it to right here. So it's over there in the corner. I'll show you. You see? I don't know if you were able to see that because I'll be having trouble flipping the camera around, but yeah, I do actually have a neon sign. Okay, so this book right here is if you're trying to get into astrology and you really want to go deeper and understand your own personal astrology, this is a really good book to start with. See the back, your expert hanger. Maybe when I finish up with the books, I'll show it to you. I'll try to show it to you. I'd have to unplug it and everything, but Astrology for Yourself. This is dope. Love this book. It's a workbook. Literally, you can go through and like map out your whole chart. The only thing I think that this book doesn't really go over are like, what does a stellium mean? Or what does, you know, I think it has like some of the asteroids, but I think it's a good place to start with your astrology studies. It's definitely a really good place to start. And there's so many different types of astrology as well. And so this, I believe, is based on the, not the Vedic system. This is based on, I mean, maybe you could use it for the Vedic system. Let's see. Yeah, it does kind of, it goes into the aspects and things like that. But yeah, great place to start for your astrological studies. As is, oh, I hope I'm not getting dust in my teacup. This book right here, Divine Love Astrology. This is a huge reference book. And it just goes into detail about your astrology as it relates to love. Okay. So, personal and practical applications of astrology encompasses the broadest philosophical and universal values. It says, not only do the authors teach readers the basics of the field, but they also provide them with tools to reflect and develop intuitive understanding that will aid in reading astrology charts and living a conscious life, etc., etc. So those are all the books that were from the video. Oh, and the water ritual I wanted to tell y'all about. Another question from that same video was about, it's the first of the month, you know, what rituals would be good to do during this period of time. And because we're in Pisces season, it's getting ready to be a full moon. An easy ritual that you could do, and this is based on the work of Jose Silva, Jose Silva was a pioneer in terms of learning about like the inner workings of tapping into the subconscious mind, and has like a whole body of work of processes that you can use for that. And so with this technique, it's the water glass technique. And basically, you put your intention into the water, because we all know that water is living. It has memory and it's a vibration. So you speak your intention into the water, and then you hold the glass up like right above sort of your third eye peripheral vision, and you say like, this is all I need to solve the issue that I have in mind. And you can be specific about what the issue is if you want to focus on, calling in more abundance. This is all I need to do to call in more abundance for the month of March or during this Pisces season. You drink half the water, set the glass next to your bedside, go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, pick up the glass, hold it up to that same alpha, because when you hold it at this level, it triggers the alpha state in the brain. Hold it at the same level and repeat the mantra. This is after you've drunk half of it. Don't drink the whole thing, just half. This is all I need to do to attract abundance to myself in the month of March, or whatever the mantra that you want to say. And then you drink the rest of the water. And usually, a lot of times, you'll get an answer when you drink the first half of the glass while you sleep. In some cases, you'll wake up and you don't really have a grasp on what the answer is just yet. That's why you're going to close the loop, drink the rest of the water, and look for evidence of the answer. And it'll just be presented to you, like what specifically can you do to call in abundance. And you can use it for a number of things. Not just ask for stuff, but like, let's say you're having trouble with your kid at school, or they're having issues at school, and you want to know how to help them. You can literally like speak that intention into the water. What do I need to do to, help support my son or my daughter in what they're going through at school? Drink the water, go to sleep, wake up, say the intentions again in the morning, drink the water, and the answer will come to you. It's a very easy, intuitive exercise. And the reason why we want to use water during this time is because Pisces is what? A water sign. So whenever you're doing any type of work, you want to use the energy that is available to you right now. Pisces is all about the subconscious mind. It's a water sign. The subconscious mind is ruled by the moon. And so you want to be incorporating sort of all of these different aspects into whatever ritual that you might want to do to support you manifesting, support subconscious change work. You want to use the energy that's currently active to do that work with. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for y'all tonight. I'm not gonna be on here late because I was on here till like almost 1 o'clock the last live, and I'm a morning person now, so I can't be up late. I still have to do my meditation and about 20 minutes of yoga, and then I'm gonna lay it down. But let me know if you all have any questions before I go. I'm more than happy to answer them. I want to start doing more lives. And sometimes I feel like, I don't really know what I want to talk about. But I've decided that, when I get questions on any of my videos, so that would be something cool that if you all would do, go back and look at, some of my videos that I've already posted. And if you have questions, leave the question and I will make an attempt to answer it on live or create an actual TikTok video to answer your question. It takes longer for me anyways to like come up with, something creative to do for these TikTok videos, which is why those take, a little bit longer or whatever. And so, it's ideal for me to just be able to come on, have a quick chat with you all, and, people can get their questions answered. The winter video, oh cool. Yeah, I think even that video specifically was, or at least in part, because someone had asked a question. And so I was like, let me just do like a whole live. And these lives are available on YouTube, you guys, after they're over. So if you want to know, like, you know, what my last live topic was about, the last one we did, it was steps for manifesting, I believe. They're on YouTube, so you can always go back and check those out. You said you get bad winter depression. Yeah, you know, I used to feel the same way, Zachy. I used to feel the exact same way. This is the first winter that I felt like fully resourced and that I could make it through. And just a little personal between us information about myself. I went through a breakup last September. And so, you know, not being like with my ex-partner, that was through the holidays, it was difficult. It was very hard because we spent so much time together and all of this, and all of a sudden we just were not like hanging out anymore, you know? And on top of that, like you, Zachy, I used to say I am allergic to the cold. Like I do not like to be in the cold. And so, yeah, I just had to really embrace that discomfort of not just the breakup, but to keep myself from spiraling, like actively do things like going out into the cold, going for my medicine walk, taking my microdose, you know, several times a week, and going on my medicine walk to help me like process through what I was going through and release and clear that energy the fuck out. Like, I had to do it. And there was a woman, and I stitched her video. There was a woman, I'm going to answer your question in just a minute about meditation, but there's a woman on here, I stitched her video, and she was talking about the medicine of winter and how her elders told her or explained it to her that like winter is a season, because it's cold, being out in the cold like really helps you to clear energy. And it helps you to move things around. And it's a time of quiet and stillness and reverence. And it can be very therapeutic. Kind of like, you know, you see people doing those ice plunges and things like that. Like, I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's be honest. Like, at the spa, like, I will hop in the cold plunge. But I see people doing ice plunges every day. And I just don't imagine that for myself. But what I can do is wrap up, make sure my neck is covered, you know, and go outside for a morning walk out in the sun and, you know, getting that cool air like on my face and on my head and just helping and allowing that to help clear things out for me. I live in California, in Northern California, and so it's not like most people's winters, but to me, it's been cold. This is the coldest winter that we've had in a long time. Like, it's been snowing over here around these parts. So it's not like back east. You know, I used to live in the southeast for a time, and it even got to the point where I was like, there's certain places I can't go when it's the winter because, like you said, I'm not built for that. The cold, oh no. And so, yeah. But this winter, I really pushed myself, and I really, I don't even want to say push because that feels like a strong word. Like, I really supported myself through the winter by going out and being with winter and like getting that fresh air and walking and things like that. Mendocino County, yeah, Ukiah, I know that place. Yeah. So Mendocino is beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful in NorCal. Um, Someone had a question about how long should meditation last. I aim for at least 10 minutes. 5 if I gotta hit it. Like, sometimes 5 is all I got until I get to where I'm going, and then maybe I'll meditate in my car or, in the office or something like that when I used to have to go to the office. But I say drop in for 10 at least. Like, drop in for 10. When I'm like, ideally 15 to 20 minutes. 30 to 45 if I'm processing through something heavy or like, yeah, it just really depends. But whatever you can make time for, that's what you should do. That's what you should do. Yeah, there's a lot of, California is a magical place. I was having a conversation with someone about LA. They're from Sacramento. And they basically were like, they had the similar perception of LA, but the perception is colored by like what other people perceive LA to be. And I was like, well, that's not been my experience, because I know I'm not going there to like, I'm not seeking anything going there, like trying to get famous or nothing like that. And I know a lot of LA locals. And when you go someplace, even if it's touristy, even if it's like whatever, the locals to me are like the true assessment of like a city or a place, like the experience that you have with the people who are actually from the soil, right? I had a similar experience in Playa del Carmen. It's very touristy. It's a what do you call that? It's a cruise stop right off of Playa at Cozumel, and so the cruise ships, it stops in Cozumel, but the ferry will bring people over from the ships, and so it's very busy. They have like the Strip, the whole Fifth Avenue. That's not my experience of Playa though, because I lived there off and on for a year, and I got to know local people. I lived in a local neighborhood, like not with the tourists, and it's just a completely other side of that place that people aren't often aware of. A lot of people come there, they party, they want to hang out, they're having a good time, drinking. Like, I really got on my healing journey. Like, it took it a level deeper when I moved to Playa. That's when I started going to women's circles, hosting retreats. I started sitting with plant medicine and learning from elders there, like, and developing relationships with other healers in the community, which is a completely different experience from like a Cancun or other touristy type spots. It really depends on your intention, like with everywhere you go, and every place has its energetic signature. So there's a certain energy that's there, So yeah, Zaki, I'm glad you had that experience. Where are you from? Did you just visit Cali, or how'd you end up going to Mendocino? Let me know if y'all have any other questions too. That's enough pie for one night. Okay, it doesn't look like there are any other questions, so I'm probably gonna wrap this up so I can do my yoga with Adrienne. That's my girl. I've been doing yoga with Adrienne since she started them damn challenges, years. And so I'm still doing the 30-day one. I think I'm on like day 18. What is the North Station? What is that? Let me know. Thanks to Love 7. Mm, the part of Northern Cali that I like, who, so many beautiful places to choose from. When I first moved back here, I was really drawn to the redwoods. Kimmy! Girl, I was just talking about Playa. Empress Healing Rising. That's my girl from Playa. I literally talk Playa. Kimmy, let me tell you something. You being on this live right now, me just talking about Playa del Carmen on this live and about how magical it is. And I literally had this conversation with my therapist this morning about how I have been feeling like maybe I should just pack all my shit up and like go to Playa for a few months. I swear. That just happened this morning. That's the third time. Did I answer your question, Zachy, about NorCal? What part? Yeah, the redwoods. So up here, the closest, reserve is John Muir Woods. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I have such beautiful memories of that place. The first time I went, I was in like elementary school, and my teacher in the 6th grade took us to Muir Woods and Muir Beach and John Muir House, and it was like an all-day field trip. And that, like, I've gone back like ever since. I've had campfires at Muir Beach, like as an adult. Like that teacher like really implanted, I feel like, something on me specifically with that space. What? Santos is doing a cult thing in Playa. What? Empress, girl, you hear this? Have you heard of this guy? My girl Empress Healing Rising, message me on WhatsApp, girl. She's in Playa, or at least she was. That's how we met. We met there. You had combo. Good for you, mamas. Good for you. We talked about combo for you. Okay, let me write Santos down. I'm gonna look them up. See if I've seen his face around. Yeah, I feel like this feels like confirmation. And Bufo, oh my God, girl, you a G. You're like a psychonaut now, girl. I'm excited to hear about this. Yeah, we need to catch up. BONNACCI. A cult thing. Where does he live in Playa? Is he like in the jungle in you said they do got a little cult. There's a jungle reserve near Playa called Sac Bay. He probably stay in Sac Bay. That sounds like where he would be hanging out at. Okay. I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna look him up. Yeah, I will. Kimmy, you said you've heard of this guy that he's talking about, and it's not a vibe. Yeah, you gotta be careful, like who you open up your energetic channels with when it comes to, doing plant medicine or, going to other types of ceremonies. You got to be conscious. If you're not feeling the vibe, that's not your tribe. Oh, I cannot wait to hear about your Bufo experience. I'm not ready, girl. I am calling in, Wachuma for myself, but I want to do it in an indigenous space. I'm so happy for you. I am so happy for you, Kimmy. Have you talked to our guy? The one that was our neighbor? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, is he? So you're still there? You're there right now? When is Holy Week, Santa Semana? Because I need to go there after Santa Semana is over. That's when I need to come. And I know it's coming up soon. Like, is it in April? The first week in April this year? Semana Santa. Yeah, you remember what's his name? The guy who was our neighbor. He had the scooter. They just had Carnival. Yeah, no, it's after Carnival. So they should be getting ready to have it pretty soon. It's like the last big party before, you know, things get sleepy again. Before the it's like the last shebang of high season, and then it's gonna chill. Like, I need to come when it's chill, because high season, not into it. You do know who I'm talking about. Oh, that's interesting. Girl, was it? I was talking to somebody, my homegirl. You didn't meet her, Rupali. We were talking about that whole set there, and she had a lot of interesting things to say. But yeah, they are, all of them, they're friends. But I don't know. I don't be in Playa's business all like that when I'm not there. But I do love some hot tea. So I can know like what I'm getting into. But they do all the party stuff, and you know, I don't partake. So I'm like, where's the moon circle at? Where are the women's circles? That's what I'm trying to go to. Get some Reiki. You got stitches. And the last time I was there, the last party I even went to, I think in Playa, was with you. When we went to Juke Joint. And I couldn't even stay there long. I was there like 15, 20 minutes, and I was like, okay, bye y'all. I gotta go. Good. Get in your nerd spiritual bag, girl. Yes. As you should. As you should. Is that right? Like comedy? Girl, what is it about Playa? Another one of my friends who I don't think you met, Jazzy. She started her stand-up in Playa, like doing sets in Playa. I feel like y'all should know each other. I'm gonna put y'all in contact. Oh, you do? You know Jazzy? That's my boo, girl. I love me some Jazzy Jazz. I went and visited her in Colombia for my birthday. She has a whole, I mean, it's not her community, but there's a whole community of Black expats down there. And around my birthday, they had this huge Afro-Colombian festival called Patronio. Girl. If you want to know where the Black people are in Colombia, Gotta hit up Petronio. So we did that. We went to Cali. I met them in Cali. And then bounced around a little. I went to Medellin solo. That was cute and fun. Then I met up with Jazzy in Santa Marta. That's where she lives. And then we went to Cartagena together. And then I went home. 10 days. I think I was there 10 days. So much fun. Or maybe it was 14. But it feels like 10. 10 feels accurate. Zachy, don't say that. You're not gonna be single forever. It's somebody for everybody. You gotta keep hope alive, keep love alive, Zachy. Keep hope alive. I'm literally doing a 7-day love rehab series at the moment for my subscribers on email. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna text you right now. Let me pull up my WhatsApp. And my WhatsApp has been acting weird. Like ever since I did an update, like sometimes the messages don't come through on my desktop, but they do on my phone. And I probably need to see it's saying update WhatsApp. I probably need to update my settings because it's still set to where like if anybody sends pictures like through a group chat, it downloads to my phone, and I already have thousands of pieces of media. I don't need extras. But it's saying I need to update, so let me see if I can do that. Proud of me, girl. What did I do? I'm just out here being me. Your parents have been married 55 years, Zachy? Yo. That's crazy. Open App Store. Hold on. Yeah. What did we last talk about? I just know we were supposed to we kept trying to get together at my apartment about oh boy and that situation. You don't have to tell your business on here. I'm about to download WhatsApp again and you can message me on WhatsApp, okay? But I'm so glad you popped in. Okay. Did Bufo help you get the clarity though that you were looking for to close some of those loops? Because I know that there seemed to be a big open loop. I'm so fascinated by Bufo, but I just don't think that's a journey that I'm ready to go on just yet. Here's some unexpected tea. So the couple that I used to sit with, super healing, being ripped apart. Yes, that sounds right. That sounds right. Of course you are. That is just the beauty of plant medicine, I feel like, is that it pulls out whatever doesn't need to be there. And I talk about this a lot in terms of co-creation and manifesting, about how all these processes, teachers, there's no right or wrong answers. It's just different levels of consciousness. So everyone's going to resonate with someone different. For some people, it's Abraham Hicks. Abraham is still my boo. She was my first love, okay? But I have other teachers now, but I still go back, But all of these different teachers and mentors, and not just in the spiritual space, but in personal development, they're all working to help you to get back to your core of who you are. And the core of who you are is magnificent. It doesn't need to be improved. There's no there's nothing to improve upon. It's just peeling back the layers of all the programming and things that we receive from our upbringing. The journey is to get back home to ourselves, our true selves, our true nature. That's what all of these processes and rituals and that's what this is. That's what the work is about. That's literally what it's about. Okay, I got my WhatsApp open. Let me find you, girl. Kimmy. I'm messaging you now. Yeah, that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful. And how long is the Bufo journey? Because, you know, Aya takes hours and hours of work. Somebody was telling me about, what's it called? Changa? And that's supposed to be like a really quick journey. And people liken it to Aya, but like real quick and to the point. Like you gone and then you back, like very quickly. So 30 minutes. She said 30 minutes is the journey. Okay, well, look, y'all, I'm gonna sign off so I can catch up with my girl Kimmy. Said you saw your whole life in 30 minutes. Wow. Oh, I cannot wait to have a like face-to-face conversation with you about this. So you all, if there's no more questions, I'm gonna thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I'm so happy this live brought on some friends, people I know in real life, and we're reconnecting, talking about Playa. I feel like that's the pull, that's the draw. Like all of these things happen in like one day. Me talking about Playa this morning with my therapist, talking to you all on here about Playa, and then my girl from Playa hops on and is talking about like her healing work that she's doing there, which is part of what was the thought process in my mind about maybe it's time to go back, is because people have been asking me to like come down and hold space and for people to go on plant medicine journeys. And I've been kind of like, okay, you know, let me think about it. Let me feel into what feels like a good day, a good time. But I feel like Playa is like this. Come on, girl. Come on back. So, yeah, y'all. If you have any questions or you want me to talk more about plant medicine stuff too, let me know. Drop comments. Go back and watch like some old videos, you guys. And because I like going on live when I have like specific things to tell you all or talk about. And this is the easy way that I can like answer questions. I'm still gonna make a video with these spiritual books that people were asking for and about from my current video that's doing a few numbers. So I'll find like, I don't know, a template or something to like make a video to show all of these books, because it's a lot of them. But I did want to get on and address the questions that were asked, like, you know, as soon as I could. And live feels like the best, quickest, easiest way. So that and the question that what I went over about the water ritual. So I'm gonna get back on in a couple of days for sure. There's a full moon coming up. So what I would like to do is to do a little manifestation journaling on live. I've recently been thinking a lot about like how to use scripting specifically, to help one cultivate their self-concepts, so that you can step into like a new identity, which makes it really easy to maintain change. When you're working on change in your life, you really have to be committed at an identity level. And because scripting and hypnotherapy are such good processes to help you change at a subconscious level, doing that subconscious identity work, those two are linked. And so I want to do I may structure it kind of like a workshop for the full moon. So that's what I'm thinking about. Queen Afua, Sacred Woman, Queen Afua. Check her out. She's on The Breakfast Club. You said you watched that show. She's been on there twice. She was on there like in the past week, I want to say, and then she was on back in like 2020, 2021. Excellent conversation, and you'll meet her son, Supernova Sloan. He's, someone in the personal and spiritual development community. He's a guy, obviously, and so a lot of men resonate with him. Ex-military, like I said, but very about mind, body, spiritual alignment, as is the queen. So I hope you enjoy that, Zachy. Thanks for hanging out. And you guys, if you have any questions, go to any of my videos, drop me some questions or comments there, and I will make some more lives for you all to address, anything that you all want to talk about. Thanks so much again for tuning in. I see y'all on the next video, and look for the replay on YouTube. Bye, y'all.